Hey Flosstube, Ashley here, Boogie Stitcher on YouTube, Schlism_Boogie Stitcher on Instagram, coming to you guys with a regular whip update and also new plans and also a finish and also I want to give away, so we'll do that as well. So I'll unbox that so everyone can see. So lots to show. Quick little like disclaimer. I don't think I'm going to show everything that I've stitched on since the last time I recorded because honestly I can't remember everything. So I'm going to show you guys the things that I remembered, what I've stitched on, because I've stitched on mostly the same things the last few weeks. But this way it's easier for me. You guys still get to see something and then we can just kind of start fresh and be like, okay, let's just pretend like I never stitched on anything else besides whatever I'm showing. Because if I did, it wasn't significant enough for me to remember apparently. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just show the finish first. So one of my favorite designers, and I'm actually joined her Patreon because I just love her patterns, is Flossyfoxshop. There we go. I will put all of her information in the description box down below, but I absolutely love her pixel art patterns. I love all of them. And so let me show you what the pattern looks or like is supposed to look like. This is a gift from my husband. He got this for me. It's called Summertime Magic Nights at the Lake. So this is what it's supposed to look like. And so what, I actually changed her tail. I didn't want her to have like an orangish yellow tail. I wanted her to have like either green or purple, and the kids decided on green. So I changed her color. Other than that, I didn't change anything other than I dyed the fabric myself. So the fabric looks significantly different. So without further ado, here we go. Hopefully this shows up okay. I'm using my new phone to try and record and see how that goes. But here is the whole thing. So the idea with the what am I trying to say? The idea of the dyeing of this fabric, I wanted it to be like darker up here, lighter like down in the ocean, and then darker at the bottom. But I significantly like misjudged the size of this fabric because the dark part was supposed to be like where these guys are, and then the light part was right here. I didn't realize how big it was apparently. So that was kind of a bummer. But other than that, I changed her tail. And that's the only thing that I changed, and I absolutely love this pattern. So this was one of the very first patterns that I actually worked on for more than just a day. I actually worked on this for 8 days straight, and I didn't get bored. I didn't get tired, and if y'all know me, I like stitch on one thing for one sit down session. So like I'll sit down on the couch and I will stitch on something, and then I will stitch on that thing until I get up and go do like chores or help the kids or whatever, and then I'll sit back down, and then I don't stitch on that again, basically. Like that's like a sit down stitch session for me. So I've been trying really hard to kind of curve that because I really want to get some better progress on my patterns, especially since I have like over 150 patterns. So I've been trying to change that. So with that being said, let's go ahead and work on showing you guys some of the other projects. I have some new starts, and then I also have some like plans that go along with like everything that I'm going to show you. So I have Ravenclaw next. I've been trying to work a little bit more on this one. It needs to be finished. So, and this one I did convert to 10 stitch. So all of this over here is all full cross, all the way here. And I switched to 10 stitch here. Like all of this is 10 stitch. So full cross, 10 stitch. Just to give you an idea. And everything I stitched on this this time was just this section right here. So I finished all of this in this session. I stitched on it for an entire weekend basically, and it looks really good, honestly. I definitely got more progress than I thought I did on it. I'm also not as far along as I thought I was. For some reason, I thought I was about almost halfway, but not. But we're close. We are close. I guess technically I would be halfway because I do have the statue done and the bookcase like 90% done. So there is that. But yeah, this one I definitely want to get finished. And then this one I have in my my little bag. This is from Ashley from Monkey and Mouse. There we go, Monkey and Mouse. Anyway, everyone's information will be in the description box down below if I mention a shop or anything. So just for that. Anyway, yeah, I love that bag. So thank you, Ashley. I know I've had it for years and I say it like every video I show it, but I really do love that bag. Okay, next up, we have a new start. And I guess new start to you guys. I've been working on this for several weeks now, but Emma and myself, which is I Was Phoebe, we are listening to a book series called Crave. It's like a vampire, like high school like series. And we're both in love. Like I absolutely love. She got me into this book series. Thanks a lot, Emma. No, thank you, for reals. I do love the book series. And so she made us some patterns. She made one for her. She made one for me. And so that is what this is. It is a full coverage. It's 22 count even weave that I am using, stitching 2 strands 10 stitch. And let me get the picture of the pattern for you, where I was just on my thing. There we go. So here is the picture. This just reminds us of 2 of like the main characters. We got Hudson and Grace, and yeah, I absolutely love this pattern. And I've been working on this every single day since she made this pattern. So I don't even know when that was. So I've been doing really good sticking with actually like stitching on things. So this one so far, I am, let's see, I am 10.59% done, 6,437 stitches out of 60,760. So I've got a fair bit done on this, honestly, and I'm loving it and loving every second of it. Oh, I know, isn't it amazing? So I only have a couple stitches left in his hair. Other than that, his hair is done, his ear is done, his face is done, her face is done, all the way through her jaw. I am working on her hair. I just finished his hair. I have a little bit of background right here. And then I'm starting his clothes and trying to slowly stitch in her hair. His clothes is mostly like 310. But her hair is very confetti heavy, although it does have a lot of like 310 in it. But there's a lot of like purple hues in it. So I've just been trying to go with bulk color, confetti, depending on my mood. So anyway, this is like my new favorite pattern. And it's, yeah, I love it. I love. So I actually stitch on this anytime I listen to the story. Also just stitch on it once a day at least. But most of the time I've been averaging about 200 to 300 stitches a day on it. So yeah, really love that one. And that one is part of, so here's plans, I guess. Because I want to start stitching more on like more on one project at a time. By that, I mean, I want to, when I pick a project, I want to stitch on it for a couple of days at least, not just for one like hour or 30 minutes or however long I get to sit down for. So with that said, before I had my youngest, I was doing 12 projects. I had like 12 projects I would pick every couple of weeks, and I would just stitch on those. And so that's what I've done. Again, I've tried to go back to it, and this is my first week doing it. I started it this weekend or Monday, and today is Friday. So far so good. What I've done is I have picked things that I want to have finished or some finishes in there, along with some new starts, along with things I just want to get some progress on, along with one for each kiddo. And I don't have anything for the youngest yet. I need to get something. But so that's kind of like where I'm at. I have like one holiday piece in there. I got one project that I want to get finished. I have a new start, and I've also made sure to leave one space for a prompt or any new starts that I want to do. So I can't like limit myself on starts because we all know me and I just start everything all the time. It doesn't matter. So I didn't want to like make myself feel guilty and not stitch things or not start things, because then I would just start all of the things. I would just go on a binge. So I have left one spot open for either working on a new start or working on a prompt, since I do weekly prompts with the girls. So yeah, but now we're getting into some of those things. So Hudson and Grace is one of those 12. And then I have one new start that is like, that I've left open for everything. So that being said, geez, sorry, long-winded explanation. So the new start is Graveyard Guardian by Sprouting Lupine, which is a gorgeous pattern. And it also reminds me of that story series that we're reading. So yeah, and this one is so much fun. So yeah, I did a tiny bit of the border, and then I started the dire wolf, and I love him so much. I did change his eye. His eye is supposed to be orange, and I changed it to be green. The lantern's completely done. I do think I might need to make his eye a little bit brighter so he's easier to see, but for right now it's kind of like dark and mischievous, so it's fine. But this is 14 count Ada that I hand dyed myself to be kind of like a pinkish, like smoky looking color. Hopefully it works out in the border. You're like able to see like when I actually get it done. And it's a funny story. When I started this, I did the border, and then I realized when I went to go move up to the wolf that I miscounted my border, because the very bottom of the pattern doesn't start on a 10, it starts on a 5. So I had done my border or my grid lines. So I had to take a damp cloth and like blot out the like water soluble pen, and then I had to like put it in the dryer to dry so that way I can keep stitching on it. So that was fun. But at least these pens wash out like really easily. I get them at the like local craft store. There's just a water soluble pen, works really good. But this guy is looking so good, and I really want to get him finished before I really get rid of him out of like the 13 that I have, because this was like my new start like spot. So yeah, I want to get him finished this weekend, and then I'll put him away because the wheel spin was a Quaker, and I'm going to work on the Dragonfly Quaker for that one, which I will show you the picture of. Looks like this. And I've only just barely, I think I have a couple more stitches left in this one little motif, and that's like all I've gotten so far. So, but that will be the replacement for this starting Monday. So. Okay, next up we have another new start for you guys. It is a like Halloween-y one. This is called Ghostly Friendship by Nath Nolu, I think is how you say his name. I absolutely love this. It's so great. So I love frogs. My husband loves ferns. I love ferns. And we both love ghosts. So it's just perfect. Although I haven't gotten very far on this for some reason. I went to start this, and then my dad got called into the hospital, or like had to go into the hospital, so I had to go in there, and then I basically lost mojo starting this. So I'm trying to get back at it, which is why it's in the 13 that I have. I'm stitching this on 18 count Ada that I hand dyed myself, so it's like a rusty pinkish color. I started full cross, and the weave of this 18 count is super tight for some reason, and I don't know why, especially since my other 18 counts aren't quite as tight. So I started full cross, but then I was like, nah, I'm switching to tent. And so now I'm stitching all of it tent. And it was better stitching it on tent. Of course, now you have like a little bit of like a thicker spot, but once you have all of it filled out, you won't see that. And especially since you'll be looking at it from right here on the wall. So I won't notice. And you know what? It's fine, because my weird stitching, like switching between full cross and 10 stitch, tells a story. So it tells a story. Like, nope, I'm not doing that. So anyway, here's this. And then we have a Projectstitchcraft needle minder on there, which is super fun. So anyway, so there's the start of that one. Not very far. Okay, next up, as part of the 12, I haven't stitched on this one yet, or if I did, it was only like 10 stitches. But this one is one that I'm doing for my son. And he wants Mario. It's like the rainbow, like stained glass Mario. So this one is part of the 12. I haven't stitched on it yet. Another one that is part of the 12. Let me get to all of my like 12 pictures that I've saved of them. Have like them in like a separate folder so I can keep track of like which ones are which. Okay, next up, I have one for my daughter in here, which is my rainbow kitty. Well, her rainbow kitty, I guess. I have to find the picture of her though, because apparently I forgot to put her in the 13. Maybe. There we go. So I'll be doing this one for her. That's in the 12 or 13, I guess. So that one's hers, but I haven't stitched on it yet. Next one, I think I've stitched on it since showing you guys, so I'll show it. Maybe, I don't remember, but this is my starter Pokemon. Mine is Pikachu, of course. So here's this guy. I really want to get this finished this year. I'm running out of time. So I just worked on like this area right here, and I'm gonna move up and start doing red up here and just working my way down, because this will be the final colors of those. So that's what I'm gonna be doing for this guy. I love this pattern. This one always makes me happy when I get it out. It's just sometimes I don't feel like getting it out. And I feel like that with a lot of my patterns too. So this is in the 13. I have another one to show you that's not in the 13, but that I worked on since I last spoke to you, and that's the Starry Night Hobbit house. Let's see if it'll focus. There we go. And I did stitch on this one at Sports the other day, so I'll show you, but it's not part of the new like 13. So I just continue to work this up here. So I'm trying to get like this hill done so that way I can actually move up here to the sky, because I want to see some of the Starry Night sky, some dark blues and stuff. So yep, just slowly working on the top. It's very confetti heavy, which is fine because it just means that it'll look really good when it's done. But there's that. Okay, and then next up, I have Gamer. I should probably show you where Gamer is and the Rainbow Kitty, since like where they are before this 12 starts. So here's Gamer. And I haven't worked on her yet, but she is in the 12/13. So this is like my start of where I am. And for her, I think I'm just gonna fill all this in right here, all the way down to Harry's bottom. And then I'm gonna scoot and work, I think I'm just gonna work all background this time. Just kind of get the background caught up, and then I will go right here and fill in all right here, all the way down to his bottom. I'm just gonna try and get everything to right there. Obviously that's not gonna happen like in this stitching session, or like this like pick, this 12 pick, but I really wanna get some progress on Gamer. So I love her. And then let me grab Rainbow Kitty so you can see where I am with her really fast. Just so you can see the starting spot of her. So here she is. I know, tons of hanging threads, but with the kids, I ask them where they want me to stitch, and then I'll go and stitch that location. So of course there's hanging threads everywhere because they change their mind a lot. But I think for this one, I'm just gonna try and fold this down here to the ear, and then I'm gonna move over here and start doing more of the background to catch everything up to be like this right here. I like to like stitch sections and then connect all the sections. It's really nice to do. So I think that's what I'm gonna do right here. But last time I worked on her ear, I think. Last time I worked on her, I worked right here and then her ear. Something like that. But that's the starting point for her. And then there is no starting point for Mario because I haven't started him yet, but he will be started. Okay, next up, I hadn't really started. I think I did like 100 stitches on this one so far. This is a kit that I purchased from AliExpress, and it just kind of reminds me, I don't know, I love this embrace, you know, with the arms around you. It's like a warm hug, plus it's all my favorite colors, the little starry guy, and yeah, I absolutely love this picture. So I really wanted to get this like stitched up. So this one, I started pretty much from scratch on this one. So I stitched right here, stitched some colors right here, and then stitched this background. This is part of the pick. I just haven't gotten very far on it because it's a new start basically. So, but there's my stitching progress. And I am stitching it 10 stitch, 6 strand tent, and it's got a Projectstitchcraft needle minder on there, which I love. So there's that one. Next up, we have kind of a weird one in that I don't see it on her Etsy shop anymore. So we're stitching this one, if it'll focus, there we go, which is like a spooky Halloween garden. And the pattern specifically is called Halloween Garden. Let me see if I can get her shop name. No, I don't remember her shop name. I have several of her patterns though. I'll put her Etsy shop in the description down below. So this one, I started this with a dark blue fabric that I dyed, but the color of the fabric was blending in with the grays of the tombstones, which I'll show in a second. Here's my like first start. Here's my first start. Yeah, so I had started stitching this and it was like blending in. So then I decided to just re-dye the fabric and start over. So I dyed it like a darkish purple. This is 16 count Ada. So here's like the dye. So I dyed over it and then started it over, and now this is my new restart basically. And I want to stitch on this one because it's almost Halloween, so I'm really feeling the Halloween-y vibes. So we got, the colors are stitching up so much better now. Yeah, we got a little raven right there and some little like coins, which is super cute. But yeah, everything is looking so much better on this now. So that's my start. But this is a new start too, so I haven't gotten very far. It's also part of the 12. Everything I'm showing you now is part of the 12. Next up, we have my possum pattern. I have barely stitched on this, and I haven't actually worked on it since last year when I purchased it. But it's called Possum Song from Mama Witch's Stitches, I believe. Mama Witch X Stitch. There we go. So here's the possum. Super cute. It kind of reminds me of like a fall vibe, which is what I'm kind of just feeling right now. So that's kind of the vibe I got for like this selection that I've picked. But here is the start. Haven't worked on it yet, but there's the start of it. Next up, we have a new start. This is my very first ink circles, and I got Elemental Dragon, the water dragon? Elemental Dragon's Water, there we go. So this is my first ink circles, and I love it, but I didn't want to go monochromatic. I wanted to pick specific colors and just do my own thing, kind of like I was coloring a book. So I'm stitching this on 14 count Ada that I hand dyed myself. And let's see, the top, it goes like this. So here is this. So this is a new start, also part of the 12. Let me see if I can get this held up so you can actually see what the heck is going on here. There we go. There we go. So we got a little boat, some water. We got our little like water dragons, some goldfish. And so one of the dragons on, or one like section of each like circle, I'm stitching with blended colors, and then everything else is just like the other colors that I blended together. So that's kind of what I'm doing. And yeah, I really love this one, and I'm really loving 14 count lately too. It's really, really nice to stitch on. So I'm in love with 14 count. Next up we have Peter Pan. This one, Abby, Sally, and myself have kind of split the pattern to make it like a 12-month Sal. And so I'm behind, but I'm stitching on this weekend to catch up. So this is 14 count Ada that I hand dyed myself. I had this done, I think, last time I showed you guys, but I did start this window down here. I just happened to run out of like the white. And so I had to go get more white so that way I can actually fill in the window. But this is the start. And super cute. And next up we have I think you guys have seen this once before. I've gotten a little bit of progress done on this, but not a ton because I've been so distracted with Hudson and Grace. But this one is a pattern that was made for me by Wattobizz. I'll spell that for you in just a second. I'm gonna pull up the picture for you. Wattobizz cross stitch. It's Wattobizz cross stitch. Anyway, this is a pattern that she made for me, and I'm stitching this. This is the mock-up. This is not the actual like picture itself. Super pretty. I don't have very many mermaid patterns, and I really wanted one, and my daughter and I were like looking for something and we couldn't find anything, so we had her make one up for us, and she was so quick and so nice. Sandy is amazing. I love her Facebook group, so if you guys are interested, check her out because her Facebook group is absolutely amazing. But I did stitch 200 stitches on this one this session. Not very much. Hey, it kind of matches my nails. So I'm just trying to fill this in and fill this line in because this is like the ship's like sail area. So just working on it a little bit. I don't have this fully kitted up, so it is a little bit slow for me because if something is kitted up, I stitch on it like crazy. But this is the start, and I have stitched about 200 stitches on it this last time, but it also is part of like the 12, so. Next part of the 12 is Alice in Wonderland. I absolutely love this pattern and the fabric that I dyed for it and just everything about like everything I've selected for it. This pattern is, let's see, Etsy store is Candle and Needle, and this is what it will look like. I've changed the color of the floss to be a little bit more of a brighter blue, and then I've also kind of dyed this 16 count Ada to be kind of like a cotton candy type feel, which is just amazing. So here is the fabric. Super, super pretty. It just reminds me, like I said, of cotton candy. So yeah, I am stitching this 3-strand 10 stitch, I think. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 3-strand tent, and I love how it's working. It definitely changed the pattern. Like this obviously doesn't look like the border of the pattern picture, but I love how it's turning out stitching 10 stitch on this. So totally worth it for me. And then let's see, next up is the Queen Bee, or the Queen Warrior, I think. It is, what is the shop name? Let me see, get out of here. I want to create a reel, stop. No, I didn't put a picture of it, of course. Book of Warrior Queens is what it's called. And the picture, hopefully I can find it soon. I gotta go pick up the kiddos from school. Running out of time. There you go. Haunted Frames on Etsy is what this one is. And this one is so much fun. I finished the Book of Psychic Reading, and so I really want to finish this one now. So that's why this is in my pile. And here's where we've gotten to so far. So I am just moving into the book now because this border is done, along with the back stitch of like the wings and everything. I wish this wasn't so wrinkled so it'd be easier to show you. There we go. I'm stitching this on 14 count Aida that I dyed myself. And yeah, so here's the start. I haven't worked on it. I don't think, well, I guess I have worked on it since you guys saw it last, but yeah, it's looking really good and I really love it. It's really fun. It only has like 4 colors, so it's really nice and easy. But it does have a lot of backstitch, so keep that in mind. Okay, and then last up for our selection of 12 is my mom's lighthouse. She's stitching a lighthouse for me. I'm stitching one for her. So here is this one. And I haven't stitched a ton on this one so far, but it is in the selection. So the whole thing, I've gotten this done so far, and now I'm working over, I switched over here to do start working on the ocean. So I have stitched a fair bit of the ocean. I'm just trying to get this like bottom corner done now, and then I will move somewhere else on the pattern, or maybe I'll connect it up to like this top corner and have like 2 bottom corners done. So there is that. And that is it for the stitching and my plans. So now the only thing, oh, I dropped that. The only thing I have left to show is my winnings from Kaylee. She did a giveaway and I won one of her project bags and I'm so excited. The sewing shop, let's see, what's her shop name? I'll find it for you guys. I haven't even opened this yet. It's this, yeah, the Sewing Shop Inc. So all of her information will be down below as well. Here is the package. So let's go ahead and open it and see what we won. All right, had to pause because we had to go get the kids from school. Okay, now we're opening it. I haven't opened it yet. I'm so excited. All right, so there was different things that you can win and it was like a surprise. I think there was like a Christmas, there was a random, and let's see, what other one was there? Let me see. Let's see, I can't remember. Hold on. Okay, a Halloween themed, a Christmas themed, or a random non-Hallmarky themed. So let's, yeah, I have no idea. But anyway, so this is from Kaylee. Let's see. Oh my gosh, this is big. This is a big project bag. Holy cow. Oh my gosh, it's like a Care Bear. Look. So it's got fleece on the back of just all the Care Bears. Super pretty colors. Watch out, pups.
I just looking.
I'll show you in a minute, okay? Pretty chevron, like all the way around the outside. We got like a little bear charm. So cute. Oh, and it's got like a little grab tab. So you can like hold on to it. I don't think it opens. Yeah, it's just like a little tab to hold on to it, so to unzip it. Oh, and it's like got vinyl. This is vinyl in the front. So that way you can see like what your pattern is. Oh, this is so cool. Thank you, Kaylee, so sweet. It came with like a little letter. I'll read it first and then see if I'm gonna read it out loud. Got like a little forest. Massive congrats on winning the project bag. I know you have some big whips too, so I thought a big bag would be useful. Happy stitching. So sweet. Thank you so much, Kaylee. I love it. And yes, I have massive projects, so thank you so much. All right, so that is it for this regular whip update. the new plants. We had a finish, some new starts, an awesome bag. So I will leave everyone's information in the description box down below in case you guys need to look anything up. And if you have any questions, please feel free to leave me a comment or send me a message on Instagram. That works too, or an email. Yeah, I hope you all stay safe, stay warm, and take care. Bye.